Welcome to the SelfActualize Podcast, where we explore the journeys, insights, and breakthroughs that lead to personal growth and success. I'm Prachi, and I'm excited to introduce our series of book reviews featuring Anmol, an avid reader and seasoned sales leader who's passionate about uncovering the secrets to success through the power of books. In each episode of this series, Anmol will dive into a new book, sharing valuable lessons on resilience, transformation, and achieving your highest potential. Let's see what he's got in store for us today.
Hey guys, Anmol here, sales leader and voracious reader. And since I love to read, I thought I would do a book review, but not just a book review. I want to identify the key takeaways that we can all use to get just a little bit better, to get 1% better each and every day. So let's get into it. The book I want to talk about today is called QB, My Life Behind the Spiral by Steve Young. So Steve Young is the legendary quarterback of the 49ers from the 1990s. He's a personal hero of mine. I'm a big 49ers fan. But even if you're not into football, there's a ton of value that you can take away from this book. So Steve Young's story is all about grit. There is a tremendous amount of adversity that this guy had to go through before he became one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So when he first got to the 49ers, he actually had to sit behind another legendary quarterback, Joe Montana. Montana may have been the best quarterback in NFL history. Young had to sit behind this guy year after year after year until finally in the early 90s, Montana gets hurt. Young goes in and never looks back, wins a Super Bowl, and becomes one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But Steve Young's story actually starts way before this. So he played his college ball at BYU. And when he first went to BYU, he was actually number 8 on the depth chart for QBs. So there were 7 other quarterbacks at BYU that were better than Steve Young. But he didn't get frustrated. He just outworked everybody else. So after practice, he would take like a wagon of footballs and a net, and he would just throw spirals into the net day after day, thousands and thousands of spirals into the net. He slowly started to improve, and he moved up the depth chart from number 8 to number 2, and then number 1, and then became the best quarterback in BYU history. But honestly, the story from this book that I like the best isn't even about Steve Young. It's about the other Hall of Fame player that was on the 49ers during this time period, the great wide receiver, Jerry Rice, maybe the best player in NFL history. So here's the story about Rice, and then I'm going to get out of here. So it's 1994. The 49ers had just won the Super Bowl. It's like 2 weeks after the Super Bowl ended. Young goes to the 49ers practice facility to kind of like clean out his locker, and the place is deserted. There's no one there, or so he thinks. So he takes a look out the practice facility, and he sees one guy out there. He looks a little bit closer, and he sees that guy is Rice. So Rice is out there all by himself. He's doing his cone drills. He's doing his wind sprints. He's just grinding all by himself. Young is blown away. I mean, he knew that Rice was the hardest working guy in the NFL, but this just took it to like a whole nother level. So there's 2 main takeaways from these stories. A, what matters is what you do after you do what you're supposed to be doing. And then B, what matters is what you do when no one is watching you. So those are my stories about Steve Young and Jerry Rice. I found them inspirational, and I believe you will too. And I will be back in about a week with another book review. So until then, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good night. Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to today's book review. We hope you found Anmol's insights inspiring and that this episode encourages you to dive deeper into the book's lessons. If you're eager to continue your personal growth journey, stay tuned for more reviews and reflections with Anmol. And don't forget, if you're ready to take your self-development to the next level, visit SelfActualize.AI to explore personalized coaching from world-class coaches. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. Until then, keep growing and reaching for your potential.